Good morning. It's that time of day again. It's time for the pre-market PulseScan with yours truly. That's the Algo Capitalist coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. So there's quite a lot of information to get through today. Got a lot going on. So with that being said, let's jump right into what is happening in our neck of the woods and abroad. Leaked emails show Amazon is stockpiling products made in China because of the risk that the coronavirus possesses to its supply chain. Amazon reached out to a number of suppliers last week and placed last-minute orders to increase its inventory of products made in China. Uber and Postmates have lost a bid to temporarily block California's new gig worker law, a legal setback that could immediately affect their financials. A statement from Uber reiterated the company's commitment to continuing to challenge the case in court. China has launched an app that lets people check whether they've been at risk of catching the coronavirus. The app tells people if they've been near someone who's been confirmed or suspected of having coronavirus, BBC News reports. So basically, how are they able to do this? So let me get this straight. So they're, excuse me, the government's going to hack into people's private medical accounts and distribute it abroad. So all you have to do is check and see if you've been in contact, or maybe the app will let you know if you've been in contact with someone that has the coronavirus. See, that would never fly here in the States. All right, because that would fly in the face of all the HIPAA laws and stuff of that, things of that nature. But have you ever considered this? That even in the United States, the HIPAA laws mean absolutely nothing, especially when you go to the pharmacy. There's like no privacy unless they take you in the back room to give you your medicine. There's no privacy. People are standing right behind you. Sometimes they don't stand behind the line like they're supposed to. You turn around, someone's right over your shoulder, basically. So it doesn't really make any sense. There's so many ways around that law. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. Apple has seen $27 billion of market value wiped out amid the delayed reopening of its main Chinese iPhone plants. Foxconn recently got permission to reopen its Zhengzhou plant, but other factories remain closed, Reuters reported. Facebook employees reportedly feel guilty that the company didn't fix a known security risk fast enough to prevent its biggest data breach ever. The Telegraph reported that Facebook was repeatedly warned about a security flaw that contributed to the biggest data breach in company history. Let that sink in for a moment. Didn't we just talk about this yesterday? Didn't we just talk about the laziness of tech companies when it comes to putting out half-completed products? Well, doesn't this also go along with that failure to fix known issues? It's the same thing. You knew there was a security risk. You were warned ahead of time, but I guess to save money, you figure, don't worry about it. So one has to think either Facebook was negligent because they wanted to save money, didn't want to have to pay people to do it, or we go into the conspiratorial aspect and say that they wanted the breach to remain open because they wanted to skirt around the law with their relationship with the U.S. government. This allows the U.S. government to create an entity or hire an entity to go in and hack and get all the data that they need from Facebook. Since Facebook just can't give it to them, but it can be taken. And no one will be the wiser. So it's either or. Which is it? Is it negligent or is it a conspiracy? I'm leaning toward the conspiracy part myself because data is big business. Bill Gates says the best way to help poorer countries fight climate change is to make sure they're healthy enough to survive it. Countries near the equator, which are disproportionately poor by global standards, are likely to be worse hit by climate change. First of all, everybody is going to be worse off by your quote unquote climate change. Earthquakes, blizzards, and all of the other weather phenomenon don't just happen south of the border. All right. They happen everywhere, according to those that claim that climate change is this and that. Why are you just picking on the people at the equator? Money has nothing to do with it. To my understanding, you still haven't rebuilt the 8th Ward down there in Louisiana, have you, in New Orleans? Don't hear y'all talking about that. Money don't have nothing to do with it. You can have all the money in the world, but then what if you're living in Australia? Is money going to solve that problem? No. Money doesn't put out a fire. All right. Money can't glue the ground back together after a major earthquake. All right. So everyone's affected. Sounds ridiculous. And then you're going to listen to Bill Gates, who is a globalist, who is also a depopulist. All right. He wants to depopulate, thinks there's too many people on the planet. And the best way to do that is with immunizations and vaccinations that have been spiked to erase people off the earth, in his own words. The SoftBank-backed company that sold everything for $3 is abruptly shutting down, refusing orders and laying off employees. SoftBank-backed e-commerce firm Brandless, which sold private labeled household essentials for $3 each, is shutting down. Now, if you look at this, if you look at that, you know, you just don't take the story on the surface. There's more to it than that. It doesn't matter how much they sold everything for. The business model, the business plan is what really makes the difference, backed by a good money management. So it sounds like both of those things were lacking because there's still dollar stores all over the country and they're doing just fine. So I don't think that was the issue. I don't think they did their homework, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, there's a lot more to that story than that. Businesses just don't go out of business. It's poor planning. It's not really listening to your consumer base, not really knowing who your consumer base is, putting your storefront in the wrong location, or if it's an e-commerce, like it's all online, not marketing, not really reaching your core audience. There's so many different issues that go with that. But anyway, Daimler, the parent company of Mercedes-Benz, is preparing to lay off 15,000 workers as it tries to adapt to electric cars. Daimler is wasting no time in making deep cuts to its workforce as the German auto industry continues to face tough times. I don't think electric cars is going to be the answer, to be honest with you. Either you're going to burn fossil fuel or you're going to burn nuclear technology or coal. You're going to burn something. Energy is energy. Whether you're using electricity or you're using natural gas or you're using water, it doesn't matter what energy source you're using. Burning energy is burning energy. All right. And the amount of energy that's burned to produce just an ounce of electricity, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to take a lot more energy than to use fossil fuels. But they don't like talking about that. People don't like talking about that. So it looks like they're trying to compete with Tesla. And I don't know if they'll be able to do it or not. That's not really their business model. Their business model is making cars that run on fossil fuels. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting space. The auto industry has been doing poorly for a long time, folks. Just remember, the 2008 crisis was well over a decade ago. Just think about that. That was 2008. It is now 2020. 12 years ago, folks. I know it doesn't seem like it, does it? That's how fast time has gone by. YouTube's documentary series on Justin Bieber has broken a record for the platform. Seasons already set a record as YouTube's most expensive deal. The platform reportedly paid more than $20 million for the series. Really? People like that? Really? You guys like that? Y'all, has anyone watched that series? You guys really like that? That many people are really watching that series. Are you kidding me? Do you know how many documentaries are on YouTube? Do you know how many average Joe citizens have made TV drama series on YouTube? Some of them are so incredible. They're working with like a zero budget and the acting is off the chain. It's dope. I don't know what? Issa Rae's YouTube channel, before she even came on TV, her YouTube channel was bananas. Her little short stories and stuff was bananas. Dope. She got a lot of titles on her YouTube channel. Off the chain, man. Nice, funny, hilarious. There's a lot of inner city ones too, man. Some dope. But before Power came out, these young cats was putting up these videos on YouTube, these little TV series. Some of them, man, are so nasty, man. They're incredible. Straight up, I'm like, whoa, yo, I like that. What was that one with Rafe and Miz? But then it went away. The two characters' name was Rafe and Miz. What was the name? I'm bad with names, y'all, but yeah, the two gangsters in New York, man, they were like hitmen or whatever. It was tight. It was tight. But it's a lot of them like that, man. It's a lot of them. A lot of them. If you just do a search for YouTube series or whatever, you'll see there's hundreds of them will come up. There's all different types of young people making these little TV series and stuff on YouTube, and some of them are just hilarious. They're comical. Then others, like dramas, gangsters type stuff. The drug dealer, inner city, thugging gangster. But they're very creative and they're tight. Even the LGBTQ community has made for like little TV series on YouTube and stuff. Low budget, some of them. But I can't front. I watched some of them and they're actually hilarious. When I say, I mean, like grab your stomach, rolling on the floor, hilarious. Some of them, they could be professional comedians. I'm just saying, there's a lot of great shows on YouTube that they don't get no recognition, no props. You don't see them talking about. They're talking about Justin Bieber. Really? Really? Whatever. I got any one of the Alex Jones documentaries over the Justin Bieber documentary. Hands down, no competition. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that though, right? Because they kicked him off of mainstream media. Elon Musk took another shot at Mark Zuckerberg, calling Facebook lame and saying people should delete it. Musk and Zuckerberg have previously disagreed about the future of artificial intelligence. Are we there again, folks? Are we really talking about artificial intelligence again? There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. I'm trying to tell y'all that. How many times do I have to talk about it? Now you're gonna make me do a documentary on artificial intelligence. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. Man has gotten so cocky and arrogant to think that he can create life. That's really what it is. You think you can create life. You're not God. You cannot breathe the breath of life into a computer and have it walking around and being autonomous and doing whatever it wants. No, it's limited by what you program it to do. Case in point, when Alexia and all those other appliances in your house first came out, everybody was like, "Ooh, artificial intelligence, this thing is smart. It could be able to tell me everything and anything." They're mistaking, once again, information for intelligence. There's no such thing. Information is not intelligence. Just because you program everything about on the web into a device that you can talk to, and then it basically does a Google search and brings you back the information, that's not intelligence. Intelligence is not memory. Intelligence is not data. Intelligence is the ability. It's having knowledge, but the wisdom, which is knowing how to apply said knowledge. All right, internal intellectual thought. A computer is incapable of such things. And a computer lacks emotions. It has no emotions. Emotions are part of the intellectual construct. You cannot have one without the other. It is impossible. It's like saying a woman is pregnant, but there's no baby inside of her. Doesn't make any sense. You can't have one without the other. All right, so people need to understand that. People are being duped. That's why people were uploading videos on YouTube when all these little devices in your home came out, and they were asking it questions, and it was like, "Ooh, I have to get back to you on that. Ooh, I don't know that." Basic stuff. Basic stuff. Like it was like, "Who is the Illuminati?" I don't know what you're talking about. "Who is Bilderberger?" I don't know what you're talking about. "Who is Jesus Christ?" I have to get back to you on that. I'm dead serious. Look, do a search. If they haven't taken down all those videos, do a search, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Certain things you would ask it that's common sense to the average common man on the street, it wouldn't tell you, because it was programmed to filter out certain things, especially anything that the government doesn't want you to know. Exactly. So it is not an artificial intelligence. It is not some self-aware device. In order for something to be self-aware, it has to have a soul. Computers don't have a soul. You can make a computer do a lot of things. You can program it to do a lot of things. But just because you put a battery in it and give it artificial limbs so it can walk around, that doesn't make it a living, breathing organism. It will never be a living, breathing organism. It can't. It doesn't have a soul. So it's not a person. It will always be cold. It will always do whatever it is programmed to do, and that's it. Duh. People struggle with these things. All right, let's get into some markets. Let's take a look at these overnight markets and see exactly what's going on. I assure you, it is interesting. Starting off with the Dow was up 137 points at 29,382. The NASDAQ 100 is up 49.5 at 95.7650. Finally breaking the 95 handle. We are back to 1997 all over again. We're having 200-point average daily ranges in the NASDAQ 100. Once again, I didn't think I'd ever see that again. We've been having that quite often, where the market will put in a low and then reverse and then put in a new high. It's crazy trading ranges that are developing in the NASDAQ. Even the S&P 500 is up 12 3/4 points at 33.65 3/4. The Russell is up 7.5 at 1676.50. Bitcoin up $55 at $9,990. Nat gas is pretty much flat at $1.77. Euro yen up 7 pips at 119.84. Broke the 120 handle now. Crude oil is up $1.05 at $50.62. The long bond is down 16/30 seconds at 162.21. Did I not tell you that it was going to pull back? Yes, it is doing that. Gold down $3.80 at 1575.70. I think I told you about that last night as well. Silver down 9 cents at $17.69, heading lower, just like I told you last night. Dollar index off 4 ticks at 98.78. Euro off a pip, now unchanged at 109.38. Soybeans unchanged at 8.84 1/4. Corn down 1 1/4 at 3.80 1/2. 2-bar Charlie candidates, where are you? Let's scan and see what we can find. Possible bullish and or bearish 2-bar Charlie setups, which are rare indeed. They do not happen every day. Do we have any that we can find? So far, we have none. We've been averaging like maybe one a day, but nah, absolutely nothing today. We had a few that came close, but no cigar. All right, so what I'm expecting is exactly what I talked about yesterday. I'm expecting these issues to play themselves out. As far as crash alerts, the notable mentions for the day, we have the following. The following have crash alerts: Litecoin, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Neo, Goldman Sachs. Those are the notables. Let it be known that the crypto space that I just mentioned, this is all coming from the composite index. All right. This is a world futures composite index. So this is supposed to lead the market. So if this is getting a crash alert, but you don't see a crash alert on your crypto report this morning, it's because this is off of the composite, which is supposed to be a leading indicator per se. Hard, we'll see. Hard to say. All right, next one is our notable rally alerts for the day. We have the following. Just only a few today, a handful. Australian dollar, British pound, GDXJ, and soybeans. These are all notable rally alerts for the day. And so far, I must say, it's quiet, especially in the beans. We don't really see much happening just yet, but it's very early. Beans don't usually start kicking off until like after 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Your GDXJ is interesting. I haven't looked at the pre-market thing. Okay, we're pretty much the same there. Oh, I didn't check Tesla. Let me see. Okay, Tesla is lower than pre-market, down about $4 actually from yesterday's close. And here's an interesting one. Wells Fargo is up, not quite a buck, not even quite 50 cents, but it's up. And we got, what else? All right, so Hack is showing some strength pre-market, and that's it. And there's the opening bell. So that's pretty much all I got today. Remember to come back this evening for the end of day report. And don't forget, PulseWaveTrading.com. You want to come and open up that free account. We do have some goodies, but these will be changing. So you want to go in and open up that account while you still can, the free account. Take a look at some of the other offers we have up there. We have some big changes and big announcements coming up any day now. We're just working on the finishing touches so that we can bring you the most incredible thing you've ever seen in your life. So we're working on it. We're going to get there. Can't rush perfection, right? For the rest of you, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can, and give nothing back. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video with someone. You never know who it may help or encourage. And I'm out.